Did Treyarch actually lie to us about a Black Ops 6 feature? This is so interesting. So to first off give you guys some backstory as to what's been happening. Of course, when Black Ops 6 was first releasing, we had a whole discussion about what is carrying forward from the previous games to Black Ops 6. We knew that we would not be able to use all of our old weapon blueprints, old operators, etc. in Black Ops 6. Those all carry forward into Warzone, but practically nothing carries forward into BO6, which makes sense. Using IW and Sledgehammer content in a Treyarch game doesn't really make a lot of sense. It doesn't really cross over, although we did spend money on our bundles, so being able to use the content in the new game should be a feature for every year. I can understand, though, why you don't want the two universes to mix up too much. It would ruin the vibe of BO6, whatever the argument is. I kind of get that. But with the XP tokens, that one didn't make sense to me. So many XP tokens that people collected from MW2 and MW3 that you just can't bring forward into Black Ops 6, but you can bring it into Warzone. And you could just go into Warzone, use your Legacy XP tokens, and then level up in BO6 anyway. Didn't make a lot of sense, though. That wasn't going to carry forward. We got a surprise update that it did carry forward. For a couple of hours after Season 1 came out, we could use our old XP tokens. We could use our double XP, double weapon XP, double battle pass XP. But of course, yesterday we got a surprise update, a surprise patch note update from Treyarch saying this fixed an issue that incorrectly allowed Legacy XP tokens to be activated in the Black Ops 6 UI. So they confirmed that this was an unintentional update. They never wanted us to be able to use our old XP tokens in Black Ops 6. So unfortunate, very weird. Keep in mind, however, you could still use your Legacy XP tokens in Warzone and then go into Black Ops 6 and you had double XP. You just couldn't access them within Black Ops 6 itself. Interesting situation there. But then today, of course, surprise update. With the start of Season 1, a user interface bug allowed players to activate Legacy XP tokens in Black Ops 6. Unfortunately, it also introduced some potential risk to game stability, which is why it was patched yesterday. We realized how much players appreciate being able to redeem Legacy XP tokens in both Black Ops 6 and Warzone, so we are currently testing a way to implement this change correctly in a future update. This allows us time to ensure stability is maintained before we reintroduce this feature. In the interim, players can activate any Legacy XP tokens in Warzone. Any tokens applied in Warzone will also apply in Black Ops 6 should you switch titles or modes. We look forward to sharing more about this change next week. Thank you for your patience. So, first of all, off the bat, W change, bringing back the Legacy tokens into BO6, fire. Now, again, the Warzone feature you could still do anyway, but they're going to bring back the BO6 UI XP token thing as well, which is cool. But what's so interesting is that, first off, I don't know if you guys remember, before MW2 and MW3, you never really were able to bring over those previous XP tokens anyway. It was always a situation where you could use it in Warzone, but from new COD to new COD, the XP tokens never carried forward besides for MW2 to MW3. That was a unique situation. Now, it should always be like that, but it never was like that before. So this feature that they're saying here, in my, as far as I'm remembering, is the first time they're ever actually saying officially that you could just use them in Warzone and then play the premium Call of Duty title, and then it still will count. It's the first time they're ever saying that. And Mr. Raffle Waffles makes a really interesting point as well. How do XP tokens create a potential risk to game stability? Which is possible, of course. Game development is crazy, but they didn't actually specify that in the patch notes yesterday, which I feel like they should have. This feels like a totally unnecessary lie, but maybe I just don't understand some hidden thing on the back end. Maybe. He goes on to say, seriously, can anyone come up with a theory for how game stability could possibly be impacted by a double XP token being active when we literally had a double XP weekend a week ago? Okay. It looks like the main theory is game development is hard. Games have weird dependencies. Okay, that's very true, which is fair. I feel like this could have been communicated a bit better. So definitely an interesting point there. The thing is, though, their initial update yesterday is inferring that that was not an issue, game stability. It was just the fact that the Legacy XP tokens were showing up. I mean, literally what it says is, fix an issue that incorrectly allowed Legacy XP tokens to be activated in the Black Ops 6 UI. It doesn't say we're fixing an issue where the Legacy XP tokens are ruining game stability and they'll be back very soon while we fix this issue. That's not what it said. It literally said the issue was that the Legacy XP tokens were showing up to begin with. So it does seem like Treyarch is kind of just lying that, you know, actually we removed the Legacy XP tokens just because of a game stability issue, not because of the backlash, but I honestly do think it was because of the backlash. They saw how many people were like, what is this about? We want to use our Legacy XP tokens, and even though you can use them in Warzone and they count for Black Ops 6 anyway, why not just keep them in BO6? And it seems like they're kind of covering up by saying, you know, as the game stability issue, they'll be back very soon, which, again, it's not a terrible lie. It's not a big deal. It really is not a big deal. But I saw some people, you know, kind of hating on Mr. Raffle Waffles about him making it a point and making a video out of it. And I understand where he's coming from, because it just seems like an unnecessary lie. Just say that we didn't intend on this being a feature, and based on the feedback, you know what, we'll allow it to be a feature. But based on their patch note yesterday, it almost confirms to me that was not a game stability issue. The issue was that the Legacy XP tokens were popping up to begin with. They were never supposed to pop up, like they never did in previous games besides for MW2 into MW3. All the previous games, XP tokens didn't carry forward besides for Warzone. Warzone they always did, but from new COD to new COD, they never carried forward. So for the future, Treyarch, just don't make like just very small white lies about this stuff. Just say up front, we didn't plan on this being a feature, but you know what, based on your feedback, we'll make this a permanent feature. Not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but let me know down below your opinions on this. Maybe there was actually a game stability issue that they just didn't specify in the patch notes. Based on this language, it is inferring that there wasn't, and it was literally the issue was that the XP tokens were popping up to begin with. But maybe it's just poor wording on the part of someone who was typing up the patch notes. I don't know for sure. Not a big deal. Again, I want to reiterate that because it does seem kind of crazy. But regardless, great change. XP tokens, Legacy XP tokens returning. So we should definitely celebrate that for sure. But that's it here for this video. Subscribe for more. Shout out to the members. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.